So then I said, sewer? I hardly know her. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to be...
That was bad.
Today we're talking about, I thought about it in not last episode, because that was a goddamn train wreck. The episode before that, we talked about our past. So I figured, let's talk about our future this time.
That's stupid.
You're stupid.
What future?
Yeah, I have no future at
You
all.
have no future?
No.
No? What are you gonna do? Work at McDonald's? Yes.
Maybe. Probably. Why not? Become manager.
Managing partner at McDonald's?
Yeah.
I want to be the guy who just eats the Big Macs the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
Blame Jason.
Yeah, blame Jason. So, I just found this thing on Facebook, and apparently Jason ruined the Blizzard machine at Dairy Queen, so
Fucking Jason.
everybody blame Jason. That's what it says on their door. It says, no Blizzard machine fucked up because of Jason.
Hashtag blame Jason.
Yeah. Looks like ruin him.
So, I'm eating lunch today, which is a really exciting topic to talk about, obviously.
What is it, Jordan?
It's, cheese pasta thing.
Oh,
But
that
we
sounds
can't
amazing.
eat food in our library anymore, which is odd.
Even
Because
though...
before you could. And it's not really a library, it's the learning commons, as they say.
And the teacher's like, hey, it's fine, but then everyone else is like, hey, you can't do that.
Okay, so seriously though, like with the future, like what are you guys' plans for the future? We're almost done here.
I have pizza too.
I don't know. You mean as in careers?
Yeah.
Well, I plan
Or
to
just
go
anything.
into. I plan to go into IT. Like I've already been accepted into university, so like, I'm planning to study information technology, and get my bachelor's degree, and I hope to move like. I want to get a job where I can travel. That's like the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to become a vapeaholic.
A vapeaholic?
Dude, you just gotta live on the third floor.
Yeah, the third floor washroom.
Vape it up.
Because I already know so much about it from the kids in the hallways.
Vaping's cool. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
That it's cool.
it's so cool.
Pull out in a pen, pull it on the table.
Vape in front of
Bitches.
Oh,
life over right there.
yeah.
Oh, she's so scary. I'm not at all scared of her. I don't really give a shit, but okay. So, how about you, Russell? Seriously, what is your...
I signed up for graphic design for marketing, and if that doesn't go through, then economics.
Mhm.
So,
No, but what do you want to do, like, past university? Like,
that's a good question.
Do you want to continue graphic design or?
That'd be fun, but it's a limited intake program.
Oh, okay.
So, I think only 35 people can get into that for every semester. So,
no, but like for a career, like afterwards, like when it's all said and done.
if there is a job in graphic design, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Or something to do with economics. Because
Okay.
I would have 4 years to actually do it.
Just get all your fish away.
Oh.
In my point of view, graphic design is more of like a freelance program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you try and get like, would you try and stick with like one type of company, like one spread, or would you just stay as a freelance person and just do whatever is needed?
Well, if time allows it, then company and then like do other stuff on the side.
Mhm.
Because graphic design is fun.
It is. But he's right. It's more of a freelance type
Yeah.
thing.
But there are major companies that just... Jordan.
We're getting sawed our table. We're getting a table sawed here.
So professional.
I'm just
This is
eating
a really
bacon.
good Edmodo post by my teacher.
Wow.
4.3 is due by 0.00000000000.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just eating
That's pretty
bacon
good.
cheeseburger pizza.
Oh, that's really good. Where is it from?
Walmart. It's so good. It's not. They're great value,
What a
Brandon.
perfect way to turn that around. Oh man, where is that from? Walmart.
It's like Delicio or something, but it's like so good.
Last night I got pizza from...
Did you get Papa?
No.
You didn't get
I
Papa?
don't know where that is.
Dude, it's right by
EB Games.
EB Games.
Oh,
In
okay.
Walmart.
No, I got mine from Domino's. Basically the same place.
Donald's pretty good.
And I got mushroom, onion, and pepperoni.
Nice.
Oh.
So like for me, for the future, I want to become a lawyer. This is gonna be difficult, but and then after that, motherfucker, you got so many great food items. After that, I want to go into politics. I think
Okay.
Be like Trudeau.
Donald Trump.
So are you thinking of like being a lawyer just to get the experience that you need to be a politician?
Well, it's hard. Almost all politicians are lawyers typically. Not all of them, but most of them.
But in the Senate, anyone can be.
Yeah, but anyone can run as a politician anyway. You don't have to have any formal training to run as a politician. But welcome to the mouth sounds. No, but like I want to become a lawyer because that's what I wanted to do. But I also thought that politics would be interesting to get into kind of later on because political campaign, like if you want to be even serious, you start at like 40. So
Yeah.
that's still a while to go. So like what where can you guys see yourself living? Like would you want to stay around here or
On
go
the
somewhere
streets to
else?
prostitute.
On the streets as a prostitute?
Yes.
Well, that is illegal.
Promising job. No, you just can't buy it.
Yeah.
You can sell sex all you want.
Don't buy it. No, I was thinking about New West, like around that area,
Oh.
Really?
or like Langley, but it's close enough to everywhere, anyways.
But wouldn't you think that it'd be better like Vancouver, like for graphic design? There'd be more opportunities.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, New West is close enough, I guess.
One city over.
Yeah. You could do Burnaby too.
Is this just for like the Lower Mainland?
Anywhere. Where do you want to
Okay.
live?
I want to live in Japan, but I've said that in like every podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose a place around here, I think I'd stay in our area, cause like it's a nice neighborhood. There isn't like too many things going on. Like it's very quiet.
And
There's a lot of well, not really opportunity, but like close to family, I guess.
And
Yeah.
there is that slight chance that if you ask someone for a $5 bill, they could give you a 20 because that's all that they have in their wallets.
But yeah, like I don't know if I want to stay here. I love it here. I would love to live here and stuff. But
Yeah.
It's the real
so
estate.
expensive here. Everything here is so expensive.
If you compare it to here, like we were doing this the other day, like me and my mom, like if you look at the prices here, it's like $800,000 plus Canadian.
Yeah.
If you look in the States, just to live across the border in Blaine, it's $280,000 US for the size of like double this house.
Yeah.
Like, if you go down to Detroit, you can buy a skyscraper for $4 million.
Yeah, like a whole building. But you can buy an
Holy-
empty lot here for like 1.1 and 1.8.
Yep.
But
And that's hardly from the truth.
oh, I'm serious. Like
Yeah. They're expensive.
there was that abandoned house. That was abandoned for like 20 years. That was for sale for 1.9.
Wow.
Like it's crazy.
But up here, there's so many townhouses going in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're building tons of stuff here.
Like, in this one street, 7 houses sold in 2 months.
Holy.
Yeah.
No, but like I could see if I really become like pretty successful as a lawyer,
Then you can work for me.
I could work for you, sure, as the graphic designer. How much legal problem are you hoping to get into, Russell?
Shot, like all of those watermarks, I could remove them, then get sued.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, then you deserve it.
Oh.
You can't be pirating other people's shitty stock photos.
You're supposed to be good.
You're supposed to be defending him.
No, but like I would, I think if you get like really, really up in the world, like Ontario is where you go.
Yeah.
In
cool.
Canada at least, or and then in the U.S. it's like New York or
DC.
If you were to
DC.
move in like any place other than Canada, where would you move?
LA. Well, that was actually what I was about to ask. You're reading my mind there. Probably the U.S. Okay, fine. Let's do it with like no North America, because U.S. is also a pretty easy choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, There's Scandinavia because most
Scandinavia would be good.
because most of them speak English no matter what, and healthcare. So anywhere but U.S. has healthcare.
Yeah, well, that's not true, but a
But,
lot of places
yeah.
do. UK, I don't think would be bad. I think
Yeah, but
I'd
the
love
rain.
living. Wow.
There's too much
I mean,
rain.
have you lived here? Like, it's about the same. I mean, maybe there's a bit more in the UK,
Yeah.
but
A lot more.
UK would be awesome to live in.
I just thought Australia would be really fun.
Oh yeah,
That's
I have family that
opportunity,
lives in Australia.
No, but you would have to live in one of the major cities to actually look at someone every day.
Australia?
Yeah, because
You go to
they're all
like,
spread
Perth or-
out.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. Without the other obvious choice for you, where would you want to live?
That's a hard decision. I'm not really sure. I always thought like Japan was my top, but if I were to pick another one, I'd probably say London.
Just like UK?
Mm-hmm. I've always like admired London. Plus, I have family, friends, and connections there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a really nice place there. I've never been, but I've always seen like things and heard stories, and it's like it's a really nice like area to move to.
Or you can move to Ireland and be drunk 24/7 and no one bats an eye.
Or we could move to South America South Africa and get like mauled by lions.
Mm.
My favorite.
So I'm gonna ask a straight up interview question here. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? 27, 28 years old. Where do you see yourself?
Are we still talking about property?
No.
In general, no, anything. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like, what would, in your mind, what would be the perfect scenario in your mind in 10 years? Where would you want to be in your life?
To be like an IT I don't really know. I haven't thought about it that much, but something like an IT project manager.
Okay, like for like a big company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I see myself
Designing logos.
Notice stuff falls into my lap. And I'm like, okay, that happened.
You're just gonna live. You're just gonna live, see what happens, kind of thing.
No, because you can't really plan anything out.
That's not true. That is absolutely not true.
I'm
but-
going to be that eagle on the wall.
Okay.
That'll be me.
Get that surgery done. You
Yes.
gotta figure it
No,
out.
that's America right there.
Right? That's a picture of the U.S.
Well,
Yeah.
pretend it's in Canada. That's me.
Okay.
No,
Well,
like, gonna need to
I
take
don't
a
know.
picture of that and put it. In
I think that you can be. Yeah, I think you can plan a certain set of things. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things that you can, but there are definitely certain things that I
Yeah.
think you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your parents, they have like an opening for you at a major job, then yeah, that's good. Then when they die, then you can take over.
Well, if your parents, own, you're saying a very specific set of circumstances. Like if your parents own a business.
Yeah.
Well, the place my dad works at, it's a software company, and that's sort of like what I want to get into, and his job or his business, I should say, accepts people straight out of college. So like if you had a co-op or something and you decided to go there, 90% of the time apparently they'll say like, oh, do you want us to just hire you now, but you would have to say like, no, because I want to finish my degree. But like if you really wanted to, you could just go straight into their
Wow.
business.
Like
But-
with they accept anyone, so
Yeah.
you can just go. I am in college. Yes.
For school, for a post-secondary school, like, where would you guys want to be living? Like, what can you see your life as like after high school?
Hopefully after 2 years, transferring.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere,
Yeah.
like a bigger, better school. Like I wanted to do, kind of.
Like how long do I have to be here until I can transfer?
Well, like, I was trying not to use the names, whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
like for yeah, I want to go to like and but just for a bit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just so much easier and less stress free
And expensive.
and expensive. Exactly. It's so much more reasonable for money wise, because ultimately I think it's a good thing to do, because you don't know what you really want to do. I don't think anyone can 100% say with certainty until they're doing it what they want to do. Because
Yeah, and if you take one of those programs and get straight into like one of the top universities,
you're paying so much money if you don't want to be there anymore.
And one
Yeah.
of my teachers was saying, are you done? That if you go to a college instead of a university first, then for those 2 years and a bit, you don't have to like deal with the stress of trying to fit in with
Yeah,
people and
for sure.
partying every night.
Yeah, because if anyone knows us, we're party animals over here.
Oh yeah, woo woo.
No, but I could see myself. I mean, I'll probably live at home because it's easier.
I'm gonna be
But-
living at home.
I always thought it was like a pipe dream of mine to split money.
Yeah.
And rent a house. What did you do? What did you do?
My toe.
Brandon has ripped his sock open here.
It's already been ripped open. My toe just came out. You wanted to say hi?
This is a fun podcast to listen to, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Brandon's playing with his feet right
Oh,
now.
we got 2 out.
Alright. No, but seriously, like I always thought that I would want to get a place.
Yeah.
Like get
With other people.
3 or 4 people and live in a place together. You know
Sort of
what I mean?
like a dorm, or
Well, not on campus though. Like
yeah,
rent your own house.
I see.
But it would be better that way because if you move out straight away, then
It's
chances
a
are,
transition.
yeah, and chances are you're gonna be moving back at home anyways, because you can't deal with living by yourself.
The only thing that
And the
you'd-
money.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that you'd really, there's so many background noises. You'd really have to like the people that you were living
Yeah.
with.
Like because you would be with them 24/7,
Mm-hmm.
except when you're in school and all that.
So not 24/7.
But close enough.
Close enough. Yeah.
12 hours a day for 5 days a week.
Yeah. No, more than that.
Yeah.
Because you live there on weekends. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're moving back.
For laundry day.
Laundry day. Yeah.
Laundry day.
No, but I think it'd be good, like, sharing, you know, like, you could take turns cooking and shit, like,
Yeah.
you could learn how to,
Make people not get food poisoning.
well, you could actually learn,
We need
How
somebody
to,
going to a culinary school to be in the dorm, because we need good food, not my food, because my food consists of whatever's in the pantry and Mr.
Oh, okay.
Noodles.
yes, that's, I eat like garbage.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how to cook. Like, I couldn't do it. I'm terrible. But like, well, I haven't cooked like a whole meal before. I've cooked like little things, but never like a whole meal from scratch.
My sister, one time she messed up, not an omelet, but scrambled eggs.
Okay, that's the one thing I can make. How can you screw that up?
She didn't flip them, so everything stuck.
Oh. I messed up Kraft dinner one time.
Yeah,
I
that's
messed up butter in the water instead of,
But
Cam did that. Cam did that once. We were at his house, and he's just like, I need to make food for myself, and he wasn't paying attention. He puts the cheese in the boiling water, and it just started making this really loud sound, and it just started going everywhere, and the water turned like a deep yellow color.
yeah, it turns like an orange.
Then we had to restart.
Yeah, that's what I had to do too.
That was amazing.
But the only meals that I usually cook is breakfast, which is cereal, and lunch, which is peanut butter and jam, and that's it.
Do you
I've
know
been
how to
trying to
eat
cook more. I've been really trying to cook more. Like I've been cooking at home, like different, more, not just like basic stuff. You know, more complicated. Like I made chili the other day, which isn't that hard, but still. And I made like Alfredo pasta, which is again not that hard, but it's better than.
Do you use like the store-bought sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No.
That's what we do.
I couldn't. I mean, I could, but like it would take a lot longer to make your own sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
What is
The bird on the food.
It'd be nice if there was.
the food?
This was a video
Oh.
podcast, so we can actually,
We should do a video podcast one of these times.
because
Oh, the chickadees.
Brandon's sock, the bird, other birds
Honking.
honking in the
Which is
background.
compilation of random things that go on.
Speaking of animals that distract us, where are your cats? I haven't
Yeah.
seen them.
Probably sleeping.
Probably sleeping.
In the house?
Maybe, I don't know.
Should I crawl around the house and look for them?
Please don't. Oh, speaking of which, I had a cat one time that hid underneath the couch, and it stayed there for about a day and a half.
Oh my god. When I went to my aunt's in Edmonton, we thought we lost her dog because she wasn't home, but it managed to squeeze itself under the couch and it couldn't get out, and we just heard this little barking sound, like almost like a scream, and like we're just like, oh crap, and we were like looking around everywhere, and we lifted up the couch and like ran out, and we had like parties of people going around the neighborhood trying to search for it because we didn't know where it was, and it was just stuck under the couch.
Jeez, you have family like everywhere.
Mm.
You like
They're moving back here from
Oh, okay.
Edmonton though, but I have family in Australia, family in London, family in here, technically family in South Africa, but like I've never met them.
Yeah.
But and I've got family here, and if you count like really really close friends, I've got friends in like Japan.
Yeah.
Other friends in London, friends in like the States, but yeah, I have friends all over the place. Got the connections.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I have some family that like lives in China, but I've never met them or anything. Or maybe I have, but like when I was really young,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really count. You know, like it's like, yeah, I've never really spoken to them much. So,
Okay.
This is really off topic, but have you ever broken a bone?
No.
yeah, have you?
No.
I have broken 3 bones, but none of which were mine.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Russell, what the hell did you do?
2 which were the same guy. Those were accidents.
At the same time or different times?
About a week later.
Oh my god, you broke some guy's bones?
What did you do?
He was the goalie. We were playing soccer.
Oh boy.
Hit the ball, his finger bent back.
Oh.
Okay, so he
Then-
broke his finger.
Then same thing happened a week later, I think. And
Finger
then
breaker over here.
yes, that's the cat toy.
In his feet. Is it a mouse?
We
Could be.
really need to stop doing these things that you should
God.
that need a visual medium.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
sorry.
it's not a lasso.
Well, you could always take a picture of it and just insert it into the podcast.
But that's too
That's a
much
cat
work.
toy on a rope. What else do you guys want? Like, what was the other? What was the other one?
Oh, I think I was 5 or 6. I collected some sticks, and I don't know what came over me, but I didn't like this one person that my sister was friends with.
You broke your.
Her arm. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, Russell.
I don't know why I did it.
Did you just hit her with a stick?
Yeah. I don't know.
You're the last person I would think to do that.
Oh, he's so quiet and he just bludgeoned the girl. He straight up weapon assaulted her. Like that's like a class 2 assault.
No, but I don't know why I did it though.
This poor girl went to your sister, like went to your house like with her friend, and her weird little brother came and just beat the shit out of her with his stick.
No, because
You did this.
no, because after that happened, I actually blacked out and I didn't know what happened.
Did she ever come again?
I don't think so.
You scared her off.
No, but I really don't know what happened that day.
Jesus.
But that's the only thing that I remember.
I
Just grabbing a stick and that's it.
had a fit of rage or something. I've
never broken a bone. I've never broken someone else's bones.
Which is weird because you were in martial arts
Yeah, it's not a competitive though.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like
training.
yeah, trained. No.
Excuse
But-
me.
like I broke a bone last year. Well, not really broke. It was more like fractured. I fractured my wrist.
Okay.
It was actually in gym.
Is
It was
that in your hair?
it was actually in gym class that I broke my wrist.
Wait, weren't you backpedaling then fell over your feet?
Nope.
I remember ran into a pole and broke his leg.
Yeah. No,
That
but
was-
like I remember. What happened was I was running like it was a rainy day. I remember it was like November. It was about November. Actually, no, it was later than that. It was like December or early January. It was near the end of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd been raining that day, and we went running. You know, you do laps around the school.
Yeah.
So I was running, and you know there's that power box right out the front of the school. There's the power box, and you can run around it or like follow the path.
Oh, did you fall?
I decided to run around it, and then this crow. There was
Don't bring the crow into this.
There was this crow who was like behind the power box, and when I ran, it spooked me. I got spooked, and then this giant kid came running behind me, bam, right into me, like bang, like so hard. I went flying. My wrist hit the pole. There was a pole right there, and it was like, okay, ow. So I got up and I kept running because I was like, it'll probably go away because it hurt pretty bad, but it was like.
But then running. You realized that your bone's popping out.
No, it wasn't popping or anything.
It's just sticking out of your skin.
Okay, so then I get back, and my wrist is really hurting. Like, I can hardly move it around. I was like, this is something wrong. And then I was like, I'm just going to keep going. Maybe no one noticed. So everyone knew. Everyone saw that I wiped out. Everyone did. But that was the day that we decided to introduce a new concept. It was called push-up dodgeball. And so when you got hit with a dodgeball, you had to do push-ups. And I got hit with a dodgeball, and I was like, all right, push-up time. And then it was like, okay. Like, I went to do the push-up, and my hand just... And then I was like, yeah, I think my wrist's broken. And then the teacher was like, I don't know how to do that. You can sit down over there if you want. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what to do. So he made me sit there. For the whole gym class, I'm holding my wrist like this. It's clearly broken. I can barely turn it. And I'm sitting there. I went to the change room. I couldn't even take my shirt off to change it because I couldn't move my arm.
Oh my god.
So then I ended up calling my mom, right? So I call my mom. My mom, such a lovely lady. Call my mom. She comes, picks me up from work. I'm like, Mom, I think I broke my wrist. And she's like, it doesn't look broken. And I was like, it is. And then she's like, you know what? Let's go to the walk-in clinic.
Why not the hospital?
I was like, shouldn't we go to the hospital? And she's like, I just want to make sure in case we waste our time. So here we are. We're driving to the walk-in clinic. I'm there holding my wrist, like cradling it. It's like 2.5 hours. People are coughing. There are people puking on the ground. Like it was peak flu season. I got my shirt over my nose like this. My wrist is still being cradled.
Yeah, there with the broken bone.
I finally get there. I'm sitting in the room. There's another like 15 minutes of sitting in the room. The doctor shows up, some British guy, and he looks at it and he twists it. I was like, ow! And he's like, yeah, that's broken. And so. So we turn around and we get back in the car. So I was like, all right, now do you believe me? And she's like, yeah. So we drive to the hospital. At the hospital, you have to pay for parking.
Oh, no.
And she was vehemently against paying for parking. So we park on the street, probably 4 blocks away. And it's cold. It's really cold. And I still have my t-shirt on from gym class because I couldn't change it. I couldn't put my jacket on because I couldn't get my arm through the hole. So I have it over me like a cape. And I'm walking all the way, like in the freezing cold, to the hospital. We get there. It's another like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
There are old people there. They're like got sniffles. There's this one guy who's convinced that he's dying and he's like got like a cold. There's this one guy who's puking in a tin and it was like, oh. Like right beside me too. It was like, okay. So I'm sitting there, people are texting me. They're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm still in the hospital. And all this other stuff. And then, so we finally get there. And it was really messed up. So now it wasn't even really get there. We're in the ER. We're in the emergency room, the waiting room. So they finally call my name. They go they take my blood pressure. They ask me what happened. I go sit down somewhere else. They tell me to go sit down in this hallway. Another probably half hour passes.
Oh my god.
Another doctor comes up. Asks what happened. I tell them the exact same thing. They say, okay, go down to X-ray. So I'm down to X-ray now. So we're bordering on 4.5 hours for one wrist.
Oh my god.
And I'm sitting there, and it's gotten to the point where it's hardly even hurting anymore because it's been so long.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in the X-ray area now, right? And now this is another like 20 minutes. So I'm sitting in the X-ray area another 20 minutes, and it was right by the area where people had to put on their hospital gowns.
Oh no.
And there's like these really old ladies. Oh man, it was rough. It was really rough. But so I'm there finally. I get into the X-ray room. The guy sits down. He says, "What happened?"
Oh my god.
I say the exact same thing that I've told now 4 other people. What happened? So I tell him it, and he's like, "Okay." He does the X-ray, right? He does the X-ray. And he looks at it, and he's like, "All right, go back in, sit down." I'm like, "Can you tell me if it's broken or not?" He's like, "Yeah, I can't do that." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "It's against hospital policy. We're not allowed to tell you. We have to wait for the doctor to tell you."
Wait.
But I was like, "But you know, right?" And he's like, "Yes." But I'm like, "So you just can't tell me?" And he's like, "No." So I go back. I sit there, and then we get in shit. They're like, why are you here? And I'm like, well, the guy told me to sit here. They're like, no, you're completely in the wrong area. You want to go sit over here. So I go to this other place, this other square room, a completely different area. And then I go into the room. Right now, that was another probably 20 minutes. So now we're on like 5 hours for this one ordeal. I go into the room. It's this like waiting room, like this actually just a doctor room, right? And they say, the doctor comes in. He introduces himself. I'm the doctor, yada yada. And so I sit down. He has the X-rays, and then he says, "What happened?" And I go, "I was running, and I fell and I broke my wrist." And he says, "Oh, okay." And he says, he opens the thing up, and he's like, "Yeah, it's broken." And I said, "I could have told you that probably 4 hours ago." And then he's like, "Okay, so I'm gonna send you down to X-ray now."
Oh my god.
Not X-ray, sorry, casting. So we go to casting, which is down the stairs back to where we started originally. It's right beside the ER. Literally, ER is here, and then casting is the hallway across from ER. So I'm sitting there, and the door is closed for a casting, and it says, "Put your envelopes here. Put your things in the thing." They give you a whole thing, and I put it in there, and there's maybe 4 or 5 other people sitting there waiting. There's this one guy who the bone is sticking out of his foot. Oh my god,
no.
He's got it in the icing, and I'm like, in my mind, I was like, maybe they should help him real quick. I think he might be in
more important.
more important than my hairline fracture here. So another hour, we're sitting there. People are walking by, yada yada. I finally open the door. There's this very nice man. He's this Indian man. Doesn't really speak English very well. Sitting on the bed here. He just got finished up with someone else. He looks at the X-rays, looks at my sheet. And he says,
"What happened?"
"What happened?" And I was like,
"Do they not write anything down at this
I was
hospital?"
like, I'm sure it's in this sheet 4 times now, 4 separate times. You could just read it, but I'll tell you what happened again. I was running, saw a bird, tripped over, fell over, someone hit me, tried to do a push-up, fell, got hurt. Okay, and then he's like, "All right." So he was like,
"I saw a bird and I fell." And then I got hit.
And then, so he's like, "Okay." I was pretty upset at this point. Like, I was getting to the point where I was like, "Can we just get out of here?" And he's like, "Okay, so what color do you want to cast?" And I was like, "Look, buddy, does it really matter at this point? At this point in time, does it really matter what color my cast is?" So he's like, I was like, "What colors do you have?" And he's like, lists off. There are way too many colors of cast. Like, there are more colors of casts than there are colors of Teletubbies.
Oh my god.
Like,
there's 4 Teletubbies.
There's 8 or so colors of cast. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'll take the red one, I guess." So he's like, okay. So he puts the cast on, finally. And then I'm like, all right, finally I'm going to leave. And he's like, okay, you
What
have to
happened?
wait till this sets. So I'm sitting there, another like 15 minutes. I am like seething at this point. I am ready to leave. Like, I would have broken my other arm to get out of here. Myself, I would have broken my other arm to get out of here.
How do they do the cast? Like, do they just
They
like
just
wrap it
like
around
they
you?
give you a bunch of stuff. They give you this whole thing. They put this like first like this white stuff on it, and then they take like party streamers, which is what it looks like, and they put it in paper mache. Basically, it's basically just a paper mache your arm. Is essentially
Okay.
what they do. They wrap it around and it dries. So finally, he's like, okay, you can leave. Come back in 2 weeks. So it was less than 2 weeks. It was like it was about 4 weeks or so. It was like a month and a bit. So I leave. Finally, walk all the way back to the car. Get home.
Falls and breaks my ankle.
And then, so the next day at school, this was close to Christmas break. So Christmas break was
I
almost.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I would have to spend the holidays in the cast. So I go to school the next day, have to try and open doors and lockers with one arm, and then finally, the only good thing is I'm at a gym class, which is really nice because I hated gym class. So I'm at a gym class, and so 4 weeks rolls along. It's great. Everything's fine. Christmas was great.
Did you get this? Did you still get the credit for gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had to file a report though.
Oh, okay.
I had to explain to the teacher
To prove that
what
you actually
happened.
booked.
I had to tell him what happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw a bird. And that's what happened.
I saw a bird. I got hit. I fell. I broke my ankle. I broke my wrist. I sat in the ER for 2 hours. Sat in the clinic for 2 hours.
Yeah,
sat in
basically.
casting for 15 minutes. Went to the wrong room 3 times. Just like goes on
So-
listing everything.
4 weeks rolls along. Christmas is over. It was fun. You know, I'm excited. Time to get the cast off. We head back to the hospital.
Another 2 hours.
I was like, all right, I think I have an appointment. And they're like,
No, you don't.
you gotta wait in ER for a bit. And I was like, why? We made an appointment. I'm supposed to be here. And they're like, something came up. So I'm back to where I was. Same seat, pretty much, in ER. Sitting there having flashbacks of being bored out of my mind. You couldn't eat anything either. I didn't have any food with me. So I was like, well, I'm starving before. So I was sitting there having, like, flashbacks of the first time. It was a lot less time, but then they basically said, okay, you can come now. So I was like, all right, finally, I'm getting to see the doctor. So I sit down. They're like, all right, come sit here. It's the hallway to casting. The door is closed. I'm in the exact same seat that I was before. I was like, this doctor better come soon. And then they're like, oh, we missed something. You have to go to X-ray. So I go to X-ray, get the X-ray done. The guy obviously again can't tell me anything. Goes to the doctor. Doctor doesn't tell me anything. Go to casting. This is now 3 separate doctors to tell me one thing that the guy in the casting room could have told me. So this is another hour this is another hour plus. We're another an hour plus in waiting. I'm in the same bed that I was in casting, sitting there. Same Indian doctor comes out, and he's like, "Okay, it's looking good. It's still broken." I was like, "So, but you said that I could like take it off," and he's like, "Yeah, it's still broken. Come back in another 4 weeks." So then I eventually had to leave, come back 4 weeks, and then I was done. And that was my whole long ordeal with getting a cast on and off.
Well, it's better than Russell's story where he beat someone with a stick.
You subjected that poor girl to that.
Well, it's better than my story in grade 8 where...
Oh god.
No, it's better. Well, I didn't break any bones.
Dang it.
It was grade 8. I had braces. And you know the fireman carry?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Oh.
I was on someone's shoulder.
Oh
and
boy.
I don't know how, but they bumped me, and
Your teeth sank into them.
yes, and my teeth into my lip.
Oh.
And after everything's done, everyone's on the wall, and I go up to the teacher and say, I think my lip is in my tooth. Then he says, oh, yeah, just go to the bathroom. So I'm in there for about 20 minutes trying to yank my lip out.
Oh.
And I lost not a lot of blood, but
Enough.
a lot of blood. Then the next day, my lip.
Did you not go to the hospital for this?
No, it was fine. The bleeding stopped. But the next day, my lip was bigger than it's ever been. Like, at least 4 inches. Not 4 inches, but 2 inches went onto my lip. That's how big it was. Like, this is my lip now. My lip was down here.
Oh no.
It was terrible. And then... But I got excused from PE for 2 weeks for that.
Oh, it's a good.
I was like, so I had to do social dance with my cast on.
Oh,
They made me do social dance. Which, if you guys don't know, it's like
Yeah.
you dance with girls,
Wow.
Wow.
which was a little uncomfortable with one gimp hand with just fingers sticking out of a big thing. So I do the social dance. I don't even really care at this point. Cast finally comes off. Gym teacher's like, you ready to go, right? Week left. I was like, no. I think I'm just gonna sit this last week out. He's like, yeah, okay. Because he didn't really care, because he never liked me particularly because I was real bad at gym.
Who was your teacher?
I don't know. I don't even remember. It was
Okay.
I think he's gone now.
Oh,
yeah.
him. Yeah.
So you were bad at sports, and he didn't like you for that.
So keeping on this topic of injuries, I guess. Brandon, you're talking about you chipped your tooth.
Yeah. I was at martial arts and I smashed my head into someone else's and it chipped. But more exciting, I have a different story.
Okay, that's what
It was similar to Russell's beating with a stick.
Okay.
So, when I was in grade 3, I was like a really mean kid. Well, I think this was grade 1 and 2 particularly, but I had ADHD like really bad when I was a kid. So I was like really hyper. I didn't have any control over myself whatsoever. So like I was chasing someone who I'm not gonna name like on the podcast for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
But I was chasing him with a stick. And I pointed it outwards and I was like chasing him like this, like I had a giant wand. And he turned around and the stick went right in his eye. And he's like, ah! He collapsed on the ground and he was like rolling back and forth and he was making like a really big deal out of it when it wasn't too bad. Like there was no
Yeah,
blood.
just a stick in his eye.
Yeah, it's just like something pokes you in the eye. You recover after 5 minutes, but like he
poked
made
the
such
kid
a
in his-
big deal out of it that I got in trouble.
Did you stabbed him in the eye with a stick? I would too.
It wasn't too bad.
You still stabbed him in the eye with a stick?
It like missed his eye too. It was like here, but
That's still his temple, though.
No.
Okay, so talking about chipped tooth, I chipped my tooth. I got it filled. It was this one.
Okay.
It was pretty big too.
Yeah,
So,
in the front.
summertime comes. This was probably end of grade 7. It's summertime. My family, they were saying, they're looking online to find things to do over the summer. And they said, let's go, there's this cool island you can go to. You can take a ferry to this island. And you can bike around it. At that time,
I did that for a field trip.
I didn't really have a bicycle. So I had there was this bicycle that was my bicycle kind of. But it was we had found it for free at our old condo before we had moved. So it was kind of too small. Also didn't work very well. Also the handlebars were messed up. So it was a recipe for disaster from the start because I'm not a very coordinated guy. We get on the ferry, and it's less of a ferry. It's more of just a big tugboat that you can put cars on.
Okay, yeah.
So you drive the car on. You're sitting in the car. It's like a 5-10 minute ride
Okay.
across. It's like a really short ride across. We get there. The pictures of the island were so nice. It's straight up an Indian band. Like it's a First Nations reservation.
Yep.
And it is not as the picture would entail. There's off-leash dogs and run-down buildings and all that other stuff. So we're biking along still. We figured we already paid to come here. We paid like $20 on the ferry, the ferry in air quotes, to come over here. So we may as well make the most of it. So we're on the bikes. We're biking along. It's it could be worse. I'm biking along. I'm going pretty fast. Like it's pretty cool. The road is just rocks. The ground is just gravel. It's not. There's nothing paved. It's just rocks on the ground. So I'm riding along. This bike, like I said, is not good. It's a piece of garbage. I think that it was less free and more that someone tried to throw it away, but we took it. So I'm riding along. I have a helmet on, of course, but not a full helmet. I just have a bike helmet on.
Yeah.
And so I hit a big rock.
Did you break your other wrist?
Boom.
Oh.
Right through. Teeth met handlebars. Bang! Right against the ground. Legs are all scratched up. Big chunk of tooth is missing. There's blood all over the place. We're in the middle of an island. We had to walk the bikes back. Get back on the thing. We're back on the ferry boat. I was crying. I was crying pretty bad because I was pretty young, and it hurt. It was really traumatic because I just right through. And so I was lucky. You know what? Thinking back, I was actually lucky that I didn't lose my front teeth because that was a pretty hard impact. But
were they baby teeth?
No.
Oh, okay.
So we go back, and we figured, we need to make an appointment to see the dentist. We need to make an appointment to see the dentist. The dentist couldn't make it the first day, so I had to wait a whole day with a chipped tooth. And I remember trying to eat food, and it hurt a lot because you couldn't bite anything because your nerves are exposed in the front tooth there.
Yeah.
And I finally got it filled. But that was a very traumatic experience. Do you guys have any, that was my first filling ever. I'd never gotten a cavity or anything.
I haven't either.
I've had 4, but those were when I was a baby.
Oh, okay, so they were your baby teeth?
Yeah.
So they all fell out then?
Yeah.
But since you've gotten, adult teeth, do you have,
I think I've had 1.
I never had one.
I thought I had one, but it turns out I didn't.
I had to get my teeth filed down once, and that was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. It was grinding down on my tooth, and then it hit the nerve, and it hurt so bad. My whole body started to vibrate. I was ready to scream, but he had the thing in my mouth, so I couldn't do anything. I'm just ah.
Brandon, you never had braces, right?
Nope.
No.
I was supposed to get them, but then my teeth fixed themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you went with a hammer.
You did it pretty straight.
Boom, boom, boom.
Do you remember when you got braces on, Russell? Do you remember when they had the spreader, the mouth spreader, and they...
That was painful because
it was
the
gross.
mouth spreader. That sounds sketch. It's just
It was like a horror movie.
Because I got my top ones on 1 week, then my bottom ones on the next week. So
Really?
so my teeth were in so much pain because the pain doesn't go away until the week is up. Then they just tack on the other one.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks of
Wait, you
pain.
did 2 separate?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that sucks. I went all together at least. They did all mine in one go.
Because they said something about my back teeth not being filled in yet.
Did you ever get any teeth pulled?
4.
Really? I didn't have to do anything.
Then also as a kid, I had another 4 pulled because my teeth, they would have crowded.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do you guys have your wisdom teeth yet?
I got my wisdom teeth out in November.
I got mine out in July.
Oh really?
Have you got yours out?
No, mine haven't even come yet.
Oh,
But
lucky
they're
you.
coming, and I got an X-ray. My dentist said I might be lucky in the fact that they actually might have enough room that I don't have to get them pulled.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
with
lucky.
my sister, she was supposed to do it last year, but she did it this year.
Mm-hmm.
So she went through not the mouth freezing, but the IV, and she was out of it. And
Did you guys do the drugs where you get all stupid and crazy afterwards?
Yes.
Oh
no, I didn't get loopy. I didn't get super loopy. I was completely aware of what was going on around me.
Oh,
but when
okay.
you wake up, you sort of get like that sense where you can't really hear everything, and everything sounds
Yeah.
really cloudy, and you're just like, everything looks sketchy. Like that one scene in the Hunger Games with where Katniss gets stung by that stinger thing,
yeah.
and you're just like,
Yeah.
everything looks like really jittery.
With mine, I just had my gums frozen. Then I was watching SpongeBob.
Oh, they did it when you were awake?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, my
How
mouth
old
was.
were you?
It was this year.
Oh, okay. I was like,
They put me right out. Like, I had IV in, they put freezing in my mouth and everything. Like,
No.
afterwards I just went like this, and I'm just like, where's my lip? And I was like feeling around my face, trying to find my
I
lip.
know
and I couldn't find it. It was like that big.
I know a particular friend got his wisdom teeth out this last summer, and apparently it was hysterical. He was like calling people and stuff. He like texted me.
Oh.
No,
I was sad I didn't get loopy. I wanted to be loopy.
Did you
Really?
get Tylenol 3 after?
From braces?
No, after your wisdom teeth.
No.
I did, and people were like, "Oh, you're gonna get so high," and I'm like, "What?"
It's Tylenol 3. Like, what do they think? What do they think it is? I mean,
It-
Tylenol 3 is like
It's
strong.
It's an intense pain.
I know.
But that's it.
But it's not like it's not like they're putting you on Vicodin or anything.
Oh, yeah. No, but people are like, "Yeah, it's gonna be so cool," and I'm like, "I'm tired now.
That's what happens.
I'm going to bed."
When Russell gets high, he just gets tired.
Oh my god, I just remembered something. But back to like the breaking bones thing. We didn't break anybody's bones, but like my brother, the same kid that I poked in the eye with a stick, he got really, really agitated by him at one point. So there was like this, they were just walking and he was being really annoying. So my brother just grabbed this giant stick from the ground and like smashed him in the side of the face.
What's with you and your brother with being like terrors when you were younger?
We both had really bad problems, but we're like fine now. But like, just like nailed right in the side of the body, and like holy crap! Like I don't even remember this, but apparently he was like screaming on the ground. But like, and apparently his dad was like yelling at my mom or something. But I don't remember any of this. Like I remember poking him in the eye with a stick. I don't remember him hitting him with a stick. But like, he had a lot of sticks when he was a kid. But yeah, that was like a brutal scenario.
Okay, so last question, wind down here. It's gonna be a stupid question. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be and why?
Koala.
A what?
Koala?
Yeah.
Just why?
They do nothing all day.
Yeah, but why?
Because people, they're like, "Hey, look at that stupid thing.
Koalas are the dumbest animals.
Let's feed it some leaves."
Okay, fun. I have a couple fun stories about koalas. I have a couple fun facts about koalas. Every other marsupial, their teeth, they grow back. Continually, they're like beavers. When their teeth break.
Yep.
Their teeth grow back. Everyone except for koalas. When koalas' teeth end up breaking, they don't ever grow back and they starve to death.
Oh my god.
Another thing about koalas. They eat eucalyptus leaves, which are both extremely poisonous and also hold almost no nutritional value. Also, koalas are so stupid that if you were to take a koala and take eucalyptus leaves off the tree, put it on a plate, and give it to them, they wouldn't know what to do with them. They need it on the branch, on the tree, in order to be able to eat it. If you just took it off the tree, put it on a plate, and put it in front of them, they would not know what to do. When their homes get cut down, like when their forests get cut down, and they go to it, and they don't know where it goes, they'll just sit and die. They don't move. They just sit down and they die.
Russell's gonna sit down and die. I don't know.
They're
in a
adorable
zoo.
though. They are adorable. It's like sloths.
I'd love to be either a cat or a bird, because I want to be able to like.
Oh, birds, yeah. I
want to be able to
a
like
bird.
freedom.
Then smash into a window and die.
Or like a lion.
Have that tragic end. Just bam.
Yeah. Or like a
That happened to
lion.
me twice in 1 week.
a
We were
bird.
at
A bird
school.
smashed into your window.
We were at school in grade 6, and a bird just came and went bam right on the window, and it left this residue on the window. We looked outside. There was just a dead bird on the ground, and my teacher went out and she started like crying. She was like depressed, and then it happened like 3 days later.
I had a bird die after I hit my window. We used to have a robin that used to come by
Oh,
and
yeah.
bang its head against the glass a bunch. It would like bleed. It was like we would try and scare it away. Like we would try and scare it away. This stupid thing. It would keep coming back, and it would full tailed sprint into the door. Bang! like into the glass over and over and over again, banging its head against the glass.
There was like this tragic thing that happened in when we were down at our cabin. Like I was still sleeping at the time, but like it was about like 8 or 9 in the morning, and a cat. This cat was like walking around. It's an outdoor cat. I guess he got out somehow, but a raccoon got to it, grabbed it, and pulled it under a trailer, and like killed it.
Oh.
And apparently it screamed so loud, like you could hear it like a couple divisions over. But I was just like, oh my god, that's terrible. Like, just to have that happen to someone, like that was someone's pet. Like
That would have been hilarious. I would have laughed. Walking. No, I would have only laughed first time walking by. It's dark. You can't really see anything. Out of the corner of that eye, you see a pair of lights, like glowing eyes. The cat walks up to you, grabs it. You just watch it get dragged like a horror movie under the thing.
So what animal would you want to be?
Oh, I think I'd want to be a whale, maybe.
What type of whale?
like
a sperm.
like a killer whale, or
orca.
Yeah, or like an
dolphin.
orca, or like a dolphin.
Dolphins kill
Or,
other animals.
Sea otters are vicious too. Or I saw a video. There was a monkey that like got into a sea otter enclosure at a zoo,
Yeah, I think I know that.
and they grabbed it and they drowned it. Like they grabbed the monkey, fell into the water, and they drowned the monkey. But yeah, I would get something like that. I'd either be like a whale or like a bird or something.
I love to be a bird, especially like a tropical one, because you could just fly around.
We were talking about stupid animal facts. I know a bunch of animal facts that are dumb, like
That truck was drifting.
like
around
sloths. Sloths can
Rape?
no sloths can starve on a full stomach because their metabolisms are that slow.
Oh really?
Also, occasionally sloths will mistake their arms for branches, and they'll grab their other arm and they'll fall to their death. Alright, that's all the time we have today for the Spare Block. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at TheSpareBlock, and on YouTube at TheSpareBlock, and on SoundCloud at TheSpareBlock. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back next week.
And don't forget to purchase Russell's 5-ply toilet paper.
Reusable. It's reusable. Put it in the washing machine. It'll smell great.